All right, welcome back. We are going to start part 2 of the Baby Delight tutorial with the color purple and on row 14. So we've already slip stitched in part 1 to the top of these 3 double crochets in this first chain 3 space from our previous round. And we're going to pick up our purple and go ahead and attach that in the chain space. So put your hook in between there in that chain 1 space. We're going to wrap our purple around and we're going to slip stitch through the chain as well as our pink loop, okay, with purple. And go ahead and pull your tails nice and tight. Pick up your yarn and pull your tails between your new yarn and your hook. We're going to chain 1 to secure those tails. And now in this chain 1 space, you're going to put a single crochet to start the repeat, okay? Followed by a chain, okay? Now we're going to pop over to this next chain 1 space and we're going to put 3 double crochets, a chain, and 3 double crochets to make a shell. So let's do 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and let's put 3 more double crochets in that same space. So 1, 2, and 3, okay? Followed by a chain, and that's all our repeat is. So let's go ahead and do that again together. Into the next chain 1 space, we're going to put a single crochet, chain 1. In the next chain 1 space, we're going to put 3 double crochets, so 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, and put 3 more double crochets in that same chain space. So 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, I keep dropping that last double crochet. So there's number 3. And we're going to finish this repeat with a chain space. If you're new with me or you're just checking out this tutorial to see if it's a blanket you want to make, all the timestamps are listed down in the comments, as well as my color changes and how many yards you need to make this blanket, depending on if you're using an 8mm or a 6.5 millimeter. I have all that down below in the comments. If I don't ever quote how many stitches you should have or what your stitch count is, go down in that comment section and go ahead and check that out, and all that information will be down there. So go ahead and repeat this all the way around. You're going to do the single crochet, a chain, 3 double crochets, a chain, 3 double crochets, and a chain. So really easy row, and I'll see you for the next one. All right, we're going to be moving into row 15. We are going to be slip stitching into the top of that first single crochet to close out the previous row, and we're going to slip stitch into the chain space, okay? Go ahead and chain 1, and now we're going to get our repeat started with 2 double crochets in this chain space. So 1 and 2, okay? You're going to chain 2. And now in the chain 1 space here between our 3 double crochet clusters, we are going to put a half double crochet. So yarn over and go in there, pull up your loop, and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, okay? Go ahead and chain 2 again. And in this next chain 1 space, before your next single crochet, you are going to put 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. You're going to close the repeat with a chain 1, okay? So let's go ahead and redo that again. We're going to go into the next chain 1 space with 2 double crochets to get our repeat started. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to put a half double crochet in this chain 1 space here between our double crochet clusters. I am not the best at half double crochets. Chain 2, and in this next chain 1 space before your single crochet, you're going to place 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2, and close out the repeat with a chain 1. So go ahead and repeat that around, and I'll meet you for the next row. All right, we're going to be moving into round 16. I've already fastened off. We are going to be slip stitching into the top of the first double crochet with pink. So go ahead and grab your pink and wrap that around your hook. Pull that through that double crochet as well as your purple loop. And I am going to bring my tails forward as always. And we're going to chain one just to fasten them in place. Now going back into that double crochet, we're going to put a single crochet, and I'm actually going to do that over my tails just to extra secure them. And now we're going to skip this double crochet, and going into the chain 2 space, we are going to put 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now we're going to skip this single crochet and do that again in the next chain 2. So 1 double crochet, 2, and 3. Okay. And now we're going to skip this this double crochet here. We're going to put a single crochet in the second double crochet. We're going to put a single crochet in the chain space and a single crochet, and that's going to, wrap up our repeat. So to start our repeat again, we're going to put our single crochet in the next chain double crochet. Then you're going to put in the chain 2 space 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip the single crochet and we're going to do that again in the next chain 2 space. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to skip this first double crochet, put a single crochet in the second double crochet, and to wrap up the repeat, we're going to put a single crochet in the chain 1 space. So you'll repeat this all the way around, and you'll start with this next double crochet right here, and then you'll skip this one where my thumb is, okay? So go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you for the next round. All right, we're moving into row 17, and this is a pretty simple row. We're going to stick with pink here. We're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet. We're going to chain 1, and now all you're going to do is go back into that same stitch to get started with a single crochet, and you're going to place a single crochet in every stitch all the way around, okay? At the end of this round, I believe you're going to have 216 single crochets, but super simple row. So I'll meet you for the next row. All right, we're going to be moving into row 18. You can see that I've got all my single crochets here, and we are going to slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet. We're going to chain 1, and to get this round started, we're going to single crochet back into that same space, okay? We're going to chain 3, and we're going to skip 2 stitches and repeat that. So put a single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3. You're going to skip the next 2 stitches and repeat that again. And that's all this is. So go ahead and repeat that around, and I'll see you for the next round. All right, we're going to be moving into row 19. I've already fastened off with my pink, but I am going to slip stitch to the top of that first single crochet with pink. Okay. And then I'm going to go into that chain, what is that, a chain 3 with my purple, okay? Wrap that around my hook. I'm going to pull it through the chain 3 and the pink. I'm going to pull that tail and fold that forward around my hook, okay? So let's go ahead and chain 1 just to secure those tails in place. And in this space, in this chain 3 space, we're going to put a single crochet, and I'm going to do that over my tails, a chain 2, and another single crochet, okay? And that's literally all we're gonna do this whole round. So skip over this single crochet here, and in the next chain 3, we're gonna do our repeat, which is a single crochet, a chain 2, and a single crochet. All right, so repeat that all the way around, and I'll see you for the next round. Alrighty, we're moving into round 20. Okay. And we're going to slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet. We're also going to be slip stitching into the chain 2 space, all right? So go ahead and chain 1. And now our repeat is going to be in these chain 2 spaces. And what we're going to do is put 2 double crochets in that chain 2 space. So 1, the first one's always weird, right? And then we're going to put a second double crochet in there. And then you're going to chain 1, and that's it. So let's pop over here one more time together. Let's go into the next chain 2 space here and put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Okay, and chain 1, and that's it. So go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I'll see you for the first corner, and we're going to build up our corners after this row, and then all right, so we are going to start working on the corners, and we're going to work on corner 1 as row 1 through 10, and then I'm going to explain corners 2, 3, and 4 to you. So I've just wrapped up my last chain 1, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet. Sorry for the dog hair. So now to get row 1 started for this corner, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to place a single crochet in this chain 1 space. Okay. Now we're going to do this a total of 8 more times. So chain 3, number 2 into the chain 1 space with a single crochet. We're going to chain 3. Number 3, chain 1 space with a single crochet. We're going to chain 3. We're going to put our 4th single crochet in this chain 1 space. We're going to chain 3. We're going to put our 5th single crochet in this chain 1 space, and we're going to chain 3 again. Place your 6th single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 3. Place your 7th single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 3. Place your 8th single crochet in the chain 1 space and chain 3. And place your 9th single crochet in the chain 1 space. Okay. And now what we're going to do is chain 1, and in this next chain 1 space we're going to put a double crochet. Okay. And that wraps up row 1. I want you to turn your work to the wrong side. All right, moving into row 2 of the corner. I've turned my work, and now I've got the wrong side here. And what I'm going to do is chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to place a single crochet in this chain 3 space. Okay, and we're going to do this a total of 8 times. Chain 3. Place a single crochet in the next chain 3 space for our 2nd single crochet. Chain 3. Place your 3rd single crochet in the chain 3 space. Chain 3. Place your 4th single crochet in the chain 3 space. Chain 3. Place your 5th single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 3. We're going to place our next single crochet in the next chain 3. And I lost count, so I'm going to go count here real quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to chain 3. Place our 7th single crochet in the next chain 3. We're going to chain 3. Place our 8th single crochet in the chain 3 space, okay? And now we're going to chain 1 and place a double crochet in this last chain 3 space. And that completes row 2 of the corner. I want you to turn your work to the right side. All right, we're going to move into row 3 of the corner, and we are going to chain 3 to get started. And we're going to place that single crochet in the next chain 3 space. We're going to do this 7 times this time. So chain 3 for our second time, put our second single crochet in the chain 3, chain 3, put your third single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 3, put your fourth single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 3, put your fifth single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and chain 3. Put your sixth single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3. Place your seventh single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and put a double crochet in our last chain 3 space. I want you to go ahead and turn your work to the wrong side. All right, moving into row 4 of the corner, we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to place our first single crochet in this first chain 3. We're going to chain 3. We're doing a total of 6 this row. We're going to place our second single crochet in the chain 3 space. We're going to chain 3. Place your third single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3. Where am I at? 3? Are we on the third? Yep. Go ahead and place that one. Chain 3. We're going to place our, wait, no, let me go count here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to place our fifth single crochet, chain 3. Place your sixth single crochet in the second to last chain 3. And then we're going to chain 1 and place our double crochet in the last chain 3 space. Okay, go ahead and turn your work to the right side. All right, we're moving into row 5 of the corner. We are going to chain 3 to get started. In this row, we're going to place a single crochet in the next chain 3, and we're going to do this a total of 5 times. So chain 3, place your second single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 3, place your third single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 3, place your fourth single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 3, place your last, is this your last single crochet? Yep. And then we're going to chain 1, and in our last chain 3, we're going to put our double crochet. Go ahead and turn your work to the wrong side. All right, moving into round 6 or row 6 for the corner. This time we're going to be repeating our repeat 4 times. So chain 3, place your first single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 3, place your second single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, place your third single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, and place your fourth single crochet in the chain 3 space. You're going to chain 1 and put a double crochet in the last chain 3 space. And you guessed it, we're going to turn our work. Moving into row 7 of the corner, we are going to chain 3 and place our first single crochet in the next chain 3 space. We're going to do this 2 more times. So chain 3, place your second single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 3, place your third single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 1, and put a double crochet in your last chain 3. Go ahead and turn your work. All right, moving into row 8 of the corner. I've turned my work and I'm on the wrong side again. We're going to chain 3, place your first single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 3, place a second single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 1, put a double crochet in the last chain 3. Go ahead and turn your work. All right, moving into row 9 for the corner. I've turned my work and I'm on the right side this go. We're going to chain 3, place a single crochet in the next chain 3, chain 1, and put a double crochet in the last chain 3 here. Go ahead and turn your work. All right, we're going to wrap up this corner's row 10. I've turned my work and I am on the wrong side. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, oops, sorry about that, the desk drawer closed, and 3, and we're going to place a single crochet in this chain 3 space. Okay, and now what you're going to do is fasten off, and we're going to pull that yarn all the way through, and you will weave this in just a few loops, and then later on you could probably crochet over top of it. Now, alrighty, so this is going to apply to corners 2, 3, and 4. And I will give you a tip on corner 4 at the end of this. So this is going to be the very first double crochet that I placed for row 1 on my corner 1. Okay, and we wrapped up that repeat with a chain 1 and then a double crochet in that chain 1 space. So you're going to count over 8 chain 1 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to put my hook in that chain 1 space, and I'm going to grab my my pink. Corners 2 and 4 are going to be with pink, and corners 1 and 3 are with my purple. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to slip stitch this to the chain 1 space, just like we have every other time that we've slip stitched through a chain space. Okay, I'm going to pull that tail forward, and I'm going to start row 1 of, excuse me, that should go the other way, shouldn't it? I'm going to start row 1 of corner 2 right now. And I'm not going to do that with you a second time. You can just go back to the timestamps down in the comments and repeat rows 1 through 10. For corners 2 and 3, you're going to fasten off, and I will put that next to the timestamps for you. And for corner 4, all right, sorry about that. Anyways, for corner 4, you can actually stay attached and continue on with your pink color, or you can, I'm personally going to fasten off, and I'm actually going to switch colors. This row, though, I encourage you to choose whatever color you want, and then on row 22, returning back to the color scheme that I am going to be representing down in the comments. I am going to fasten off, though, and switch over to purple in this corner space, okay? All right, moving into row 21. I am on the right side of this project, and I'm going to put my hook in this corner bit. I'm going to take my new yarn, and I'm going to slip stitch through that corner section, as well as my pink loop, and I'm going to pull that pink tail nice and tight, wrap it over here, along with the purple tail, and I'm going to chain 1. Now, to get started for this round, we are going to start here in the corner, and we are going to place 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to place 2 more double crochets in that same space. Okay, 1 and 2. And you notice mine's a little bit tight just because I'm trying to go over those tails. All right, so now, working into all of these little box areas, essentially, we are going to be placing 2 double crochets each. So we're going to do that 9 times, starting in this one here. Place 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. We're going to go into this second one here. 1 and 2. Okay. Now the third one is actually a double crochet that we're going into. So if you're reading the pattern, you're actually crocheting over a double crochet, not a chain 3. Okay, we're going to place our fourth one here in this box. 1 and 2. Put our 5th one here around this double crochet. 1 and 2. 6th one is going to go here. 1 and 2. I'm going to do our 7th one here in this little box. 1 and 2. And this is going to be our 8th one. 1 and 2. And the 9th one is going to be where our very first double crochet was at the end of that first row for the corner. 1 and 2. Okay, so that worked us. Oops, don't lose your yarn like me. That worked us all the way down the side, the first side of a corner. And so you should have all those, and you have your corner built up, your first corner. So now what we're going to do is work down the side here. You are going to skip where this double crochet is, and you're going to place a double crochet in each of the 2 of these. Okay, so 1 and 2. And then you're going to put a double crochet in the chain space. So go ahead and do that 6 more times. All right, I got my 7 little sets that have taken me all the way to my next corner here. And we're going to place a double crochet in the top of each of these next 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And now we're going to skip this space here, and we're going to repeat our 2 double crochets in our 9 spaces to work up the side of our next corner. So go into that first one there, 1 and 2. Okay, and I'll show you where that's going. You should have seen your slip stitch there from your very first corner you worked, and then you're going to be putting those 2 double crochets over that chain 3 space that comes out of that slip stitch. Okay, so place your second little cluster of double crochets, 1 and 2, in this little box. In case I get my yarn is stuck. We're going to place our 3rd one in this next section here. 1 and 2. We're going to place our 4th one in this next little section. 1 and 2. We're going to place, what is it, 5 in this one? 1, 2. We're going to place our 6th one in this little box here. I think I count yarn overs and stitches. I don't count sheep when I sleep. Must be a hooker's problem, right? We're going to go into this next box here with 2 more. 1 and 2. And we're going to do number 8 right here in this one. So 1 and 2. And then our 9th set of them is going to go right here, and that's going to take us to the corner. 1 and 2. So you will start with your 2 double crochets, a chain 2 and 2 double crochets in this corner space. Go ahead and use the timestamps down below to click on and go back and watch this, how you get from one corner to the other, and you'll repeat this 3 more times, and then we will work on row 22. All right, moving into the last row for part 2's tutorial. We are going to be slip stitching 3 times. We're going to go into the top of both of these double crochets, 1 and 2, and then we're going to do our 3rd slip stitch into the chain 2 space. Okay, chain 1. Now to get this repeat started, it's super simple. In your chain 2 spaces, for all 4 corners, you're going to place a single crochet, a chain 2, and a single crochet. Between your corners, you're going to place single crochets in the top of every stitch all the way from corner to corner. and that should be 63 single crochets across each side, okay? So I will meet you for row 23 in part 3. If you're doing this crochet along with me across the 3 weeks, it will release soon. If in a week, if you are not doing this crochet along with me, I will link it at the end of this video. It should already have popped up for you, and you can go on and move on to row 23. But overall, this last round should have 260 single crochets and 4 chain 2 spaces. So thank you so much for tuning in for part 2 of the Baby Delight by Mary Maxim. I look forward to doing part 3 with you.